Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be 5 reasons chosen ones will suffer. Yes, sir. Let me say a lot for the people in the back. Listen, y'all, this video is based upon all the reasons of why all chosen ones will suffer, okay? Now, I know it's not the most appealing topic, okay? But I want you to understand something. As a chosen one, it's not going to always be all peaches and cream. Yes, sir. Understand that, y'all. It's not going to always go your way, all right? And you're not going to always be so fulfilled with blessings and living in bliss, right? See, a lot of the prophets and a lot of the people who God had chosen, right? They had to go through the rain before they seen the sunshine. Yes, sir. Let me say that one more time. They had to go through the rain before they seen the sunshine. All right. So understand that, y'all, as a chosen one, it's not going to always go in your favor, although God has favor over your life. All right. Understand this. As a chosen one, you will suffer, and there's no way around it. Okay, but understand this. As you suffer, you got to understand that after you go through that time of pain, that time of terror, and that time of horror, it's going to get better. But you got to first understand why you're going through what you're going through and why God has chosen you to go through what you're going through. All right. So with that being said, y'all already know how we start this video off, man. I want y'all to leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel if any one of these reasons resonate with you. Yes, sir. And not only that, but make sure you drop inside the comments and say, I'm one of God's chosen. All right. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I'm one of God's chosen. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, we're going to get directly into the video. So the first reason of why chosen ones will suffer is going to be this, y'all. You're one of God's strongest soldiers. Yes, sir. Let me say a lot for the people in the back. All right, understand this, y'all. You're one of God's strongest soldiers. Okay, well, Reno, I ain't asked for this, man. Why am I getting this? Why do I got to go through this? All right, it's the same reason Joseph had to go through what he had to go through. It's the same reason Job had to go through what he had to go through. And it's the same reason why Jesus had to go through what he had to go through. Okay? Now let me explain, y'all. As you're going through this is not the end of the world. All right? This doesn't mean that this is all that God has for you. Yes, sir. This does not mean that it won't get better. It doesn't mean that. What it simply means is God trusts you. Okay, somebody drop in the comments and say, God trust me. It simply means that God trusts you. Well, what does he trust me with, Reno? He trusts you with that burden. He trusts you with that pain. Okay, and he trusts you with the assignment, all right, of understanding and knowing that you will get through it. All right. And once you get through that pain, yes, sir, once you get through that terror and once you get through that horror, all right, you'll be able to tell somebody else how you got through it. But see, God understands that you are one of his strongest soldiers. So he going to give you the toughest battle. He going to give you the toughest battle. Let me tell y'all this, y'all. When I played football, I played for JV and I played a little bit of varsity. I think I told y'all that here in the past on one of these videos. But I played for JV and I never forget I had a coach, right? I wasn't really so fond of him, right? But a lesson. And, you know, a lesson is a lesson, okay? So this is what I learned. Although I wasn't a big fan of him, I did learn something from the brother, right? And what he said was, matter of fact, before I tell you what he said to me, what he would do is he would always get on me, y'all. He would always get on me. I don't know why. I don't know if he liked my face. I don't know if because I was cut. I don't know because I had muscles. I don't know if it's because I had a girlfriend. I don't know. But every time he seen me, what he would call me, Richard, come here, Richard. Do this, do that. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. I mean, and I'm like, yo, why are you on me so hard, right? But one day, I was walking in the hallway, and I think I was headed towards the field house. The field house is where all football players get dressed, right? And he said, look, I see something in you. I see something in you, and you got to stop hanging around these knuckleheads, right? Because you're going somewhere. And that stuck with me. Well, why did that stick with you, Reno? The reason why that stuck with me is because I understood it. I finally had got it. See, I was one of the strongest football players on the team. Not literally, not being muscular, but as far as mentally, right? As far as, being trusted with a certain assignment, as far as being trusted to do, what the coach told me to do. And so I relay that message to y'all. I want y'all to understand something. You're going through these strong and these tough battles, but it's only because God understands that you can bear this. He won't put more on you than you can bear. Yes, sir. God won't put more on you than you can bear. I want you to understand something, y'all. You are one of God's strongest soldiers. And so with that being said, it's a price you got to pay. Okay? It is a price that you got to pay being God's strongest soldiers, of one of his strongest soldiers. It's going to be some things that you got to go through that you just can't believe. God, why are you allowing me to go through my lights getting cut off? Yes, sir. We about to talk heavy, y'all. God, why are you allowing me to go through my child talking back to me and hurting me and causing me so much pain? Yes, sir. God, why are you causing me to have to work a 9 to 5 when I've been putting in work? I mean, it's one thing to not be putting in work, right? And wishing for something, but you're not putting in the proper procedures to, achieve that thing, right? You're not putting in the work that you need to put in. You just having faith and not doing nothing. And everybody know faith without works is dead, right? But understand this. God gave you his toughest battles because you were a strongest soldier. He said, look, I want you to be an entrepreneur, and you will be an entrepreneur. You will own your own business, right? Your kid will start respecting you. They will come back to you, okay? That time of terror and that time of horror will end. But first, I need you to learn something from the lesson. Yes, sir. First, I need you to learn something from whatever you're going through. I need you to learn from it. Because what happens is that process and that journey is what make you the man or woman that you are today, right? Or that future self. I want y'all to drop in the comments and say this. Dear future me, I won't let you down. Yes, sir. Understand that, y'all. Drop that in the comments. Dear future me, I won't let you down. And the reason why I tell y'all to drop that in the comments is because the fact that you're one of God's strongest soldiers and you're going through his toughest battles right now, you don't see how you're going to be able to get through that. Right now, you don't see how you're going to be able to tell your story to another young brother or another young sister. You don't understand that. All you know is I'm suffering. All you know is, man, I feel pain. All you know is, man, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, man. What's going on? But I came to tell you that your future self will not be let down by you. You're going to get through it. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I will get through it. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I will get through it, y'all. So without any further ado, y'all, I want you to understand something. You are a chosen one, and yes, you will suffer. But that suffering is not for no reason. You are one of God's strongest soldiers, and you better believe that. The second reason of why you, chosen one, will suffer is going to be this, y'all. You chose righteousness. Yes, sir. Let me say that one louder for the people in the back, all right? You chose righteousness, okay? So what does that mean, Reno? Whenever you choose righteousness, that simply means that you chose to do the right thing, all right? Shout out to my man Spike Lee. He got a movie called Do the Right Thing, but that's a whole nother situation, okay? You chose to do the right thing, right? Meaning you chose to walk in righteousness. You chose to walk in the light. You chose to walk in the right path, right? You chose to do what God said. You chose to obey his laws. You chose righteousness. So you know what happens, y'all? You know what happened. Whenever you choose to do something right or do something good, guess who got to come mess it up, y'all? The devil, okay, and his soldiers. Yes, sir, the devil and his demons. That's who got to come mess it up, all right? And a lot of times, the people who the devil and his demons use are your family members, your friends, and people who you work closely with, or people who you have no choice but to be around, right? Sometimes it's even your kids. A lot of times, especially in these days, it's your kids, okay? And so what I'm saying, y'all, is this right here. Understand this. You chose righteousness. So with that being said, you will be punished from the opposing team, right? You can't choose to want to feed the homeless and not, receive a punishment for that. Yes, sir, you can't choose to want to read the Bible and spread the word and not be punished for that. Yes, sir, you can't choose to want to do right by people, okay, and not be punished for that. Now, let me say this, y'all, because y'all know I'm a firm believer in, reaping what you sow, karma and stuff like that. So don't get me wrong. Yes, you will get what you put out. Meaning, if you're a positive person, right, you're going to get positivity back. There's just no way around that, y'all. I'm going to be honest. There's no way around that. However, you got to understand that just like inside of these movies, y'all, okay, very similar to the movie where you got the superhero, right, and he's saving kids, saving babies, saving dogs, animals. He's saving everybody, right? But the problem is that he get good back, okay? He's going to get the good back. However, it's going to be a punishment for that as well, meaning it's going to be villains after that superhero. Yes, sir. It's going to be, bad individuals, bad people after that superhero. Who's the superhero in this movie? You are. Who are the villains, right? The devil and his demons. He's going to utilize people who you are close to, family, friends, co-workers, people who you have no choice but to be around. Right? He gonna use them. And so understand this. All that comes, right, because you chose righteousness. All right? So yes, you will get positivity back. So don't think that just because you're doing, the right thing and you chose righteousness, man, I'm gonna always get punished. You're gonna get punished, right? But at the same time, God is still gonna bless you. Okay, you still will receive positivity. Don't get that wrong. But you got to realize, if the devil see you doing something right, he got to come. He got to shoot his shot. All right, he got to shoot his shot. All right, and so with that being said, y'all, I want y'all to drop in the comments and say this: I'ma block it. Yes, sir. If the devil is shooting his shot, you gotta block it. It's no different when LeBron shooting his shot. All right, and whoever in the hole, what's his name? Atikatumpe, something like that. I don't know, y'all. But y'all get the point. If the devil is shooting his shot at you, you're going to have to block it. Okay? Understand that. You chose righteousness. And as a chosen one, you will suffer for choosing that righteousness. All right? The third reason of why you chosen one will suffer is going to be this, y'all. They know who you are and you know who you are. Yes, sir. Let me say that one more time, y'all, because that's a powerful and deep one. They know who you are, and you know who you are. See, it wouldn't be a problem if they only knew who you was, but you didn't know who you was. Oh, no, they wouldn't be tripping on you then. They wouldn't be worried about you, all right? But see, the fact is, you know who you are, and they know who you are. So guess what? Now they got to attack you. Yes, sir. Oh, they coming full-fledged, ready to attack you, ready to attack your mind, ready to attack your soul, ready to attack your heart. They coming full-fledged. Why? Because they wanna destruct and tear down what God has already built. Yes, sir. But they won't tear you down. Somebody drop in the comments and say, "You won't tear me down." Make sure you drop in the comments and say, "You won't tear me down." See, what happens is, y'all, they know who you are, right? But they don't want you to know who you are. Meaning, they don't want you to understand that you are a child of God. They don't want you to understand, what God has put inside you. Because let me tell y'all this, y'all. When people are afraid of becoming successful and when people think that they're going to fail, okay, yes, true enough. That's why we have perseverance. You're going to fail your way to success, period. But let me say this, y'all. As you fail your way to success, you have no choice but to become successful. Why is that? Because God has placed a seed inside of you. He's the manufacturer, right? And so if he said that you will, okay, or if he said that you have something and you're going to do something, then you will, all right? Because he can't lie. Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say, God can't lie. Somebody drop in the comments and say, God can't lie. What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is this right here, y'all. You know who you are, and they know who you are, right? Meaning, you know that God has placed a seed inside of you, a gift inside of you, for you to be fruitful, okay? For you to multiply, for you to replenish and have dominion over the earth. You know that, right? And they know that you know that. And so it's going to be a problem, okay? The enemy and his henchmen got to come and attack you. They got to come full-fledged and attack you. And guess what? They come and attack you with the things that you love and the things that you like. All right, it's not always gonna be a big ugly, guy or woman with horns on top of their head. In fact, it'll never be that. It's gonna be a person coming with a big old smile like this, right? It's gonna be a person coming in your favorite car for all my ladies. Yes, sir. It's gonna be a woman who beautiful for all my men. All right, you got to understand how the devil operates. You got to understand that. See, you know who you are and they know who you are. And so what the devil want to do is bring people into your path, bring people into your life and throw you off. All right. One of the devil's biggest weapons is throwing you off focus, which is distraction, right? Which is distraction. You ever just been doing something and you on your game, you focus. I'm talking about you focus. You doing your thing. And then something just started happening, right? Whether it's a family issue, a relationship issue, a job issue, a life issue, flat tire, whatever. And you focus on this one thing, okay? Now, life is gonna life, true enough. But it always happens when you focus, don't it? When you focus, guess what the devil gonna bring to you? A distraction. That's what the devil brings, y'all. He gonna bring a distraction. So understand this. As one of God's chosen ones, you're gonna suffer because you know who you are. It's almost like, how dare you, right? How dare you know who you are? Yes, sir. How dare you want more in life? And how dare you chase your dreams? You think you better than me? That's their mindset, right? And so they're automatically opening up their souls and spirits and minds to be used by devils, right? By the devil and by his demons. They're automatically being used because they're so busy looking at you to where they forget that the devil is working through them. I'm talking heavy, y'all. Listen, if I'm talking heavy, I want to make sure my people following me. Y'all make sure y'all drop in the comments and say, Reno, you talking heavy. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, Reno, you talking heavy. What I'm telling you, as a chosen one, listen, you will suffer. But just because you're suffering right now doesn't mean that you won't be in bliss in the future. Okay? Listen, y'all, the fourth reason of why you chosen one is going to suffer. It's going to be this, y'all. They don't understand you. Okay? This is another big one. Prime time example, y'all. Whenever you are, in a place that's foreign, right? Whenever you are in a place that's foreign, or whenever you meet a new person that's foreign, and I don't mean literally foreign, like a foreign person, but what I mean is a new person who you don't know, right? A lot of times that's when you're dating, okay, a new relationship, whatever the case is. Both of those things have something in common, right? Actually, all three of those things have something in common, all right? A new place, a foreign place that you've never been to, a new person, new relationship. They all have something in common. What's that? If you know, you can drop in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you. What they have in common is you don't understand them just yet. Okay? Listen, somebody drop in the comments and say they don't understand me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say they don't understand me. What I'm trying to get you to understand, chosen one, is this right here, y'all. They don't understand you. And so guess what's going to come with the lack of understanding, right? Well, misunderstanding is going to happen by default. Number two, persecution. Yes, sir. What is persecution, Reno? Let me talk to you for a second. All right. Persecution is when people begin to ridicule you, criticize you, right? I ain't talking about constructive criticism. I'm talking about destructive criticism. They tearing you down. They lying on you. They slandering you. All that's persecution, right? All that is persecution. And so, Rena, what does that mean for me? Well, what that means is they don't understand you. So with that being said, since they don't understand you, they're going to go ahead and create their own understanding of you inside their head. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? They're going to go ahead and create their own understanding of you inside their head. And so guess what? That means if you are a celebrity, now you got fake news about you. Yes, sir. That means if you are a celebrity, now you have, different tabloids talking about you, different blog sites, different podcasts talking about you. And that's extra slander, extra lies. People just dogging you out. I'm talking about slander. Man, look, they dragging your name all through the dirt, right? That's what happens. Guess what? It's levels to it. That mean if you on your job, right, and you just working at Lowe's, if you just working at Home Depot, you just working at McDonald's, okay, the airport, wherever you working at, guess what? That means that the people who are surrounding you, if they don't understand you, now they start talking about you amongst the coworkers. Yes, sir. Now they start treating you some type of way because they don't understand you. Now you get it? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I get it, Reno. Now you get it? Understand what I'm saying, y'all? They don't understand you. So that means that they're going to create their own understanding of you in their head, right? That come with a whole bunch of slander. That come with a whole bunch of persecution. All right. And that's why I say, y'all, that's a big one. Okay. Going back to the foreign land, if you've never been there, you're going to automatically create your own understanding of it. Like, I don't know what this is. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and just say, well, this is what it is. Okay. And that's what we do as human beings. We have a lot of preconceived notions. Right. We judge things. We judge people. We judge environments. Right. And sometimes, listen, y'all, we are imperfect. We human. So sometimes we can misjudge people and misjudge things. We human. We're not always right. OK, we have discernment. Right. But sometimes we can be off a little bit. And when I say off, I don't mean off mentally. For all my smart people who want to, drop in the comments. But what I'm saying is, y'all, seriously, as human beings, y'all, sometimes we make wrong decisions in terms of misjudging people, right? And that's just me kind of being modest of others. But again, as chosen ones, you got to understand, you're going to suffer because you're going to be misunderstood by a lot of people, okay? And so that hurts. That hurts that people may feel a certain way about you, or they may be carrying out for a certain type of narrative about yourself, right? And you like, bro, that's not even me. That ain't even me, okay? I'm gonna bring this up, right? And I know this may bring out a whole argument, but I'm not with it, y'all. I ain't got time today. But Michael Jackson, y'all, he's a prime example of this. Michael Jackson, okay? When he was, had the case with the kid and all that stuff, the rape and molestation stuff and all that. Come on, y'all. Me personally, I don't believe he did that, okay? That's just me, right? That's my opinion. But, Reno, why you bringing this up? The reason why I bring it up is because he was an individual who was misunderstood, right? And that can hurt. See, we get misunderstood by, 5 people at our home, 6, 10 people at our job. But can you imagine being misunderstood by 6 million people? 100,000 people? Can you imagine that? So what I'm saying is, y'all, as a chosen one, you will suffer. And one of the reasons of why you will suffer is they won't understand you, which is going to cause them to create their own understanding of you in their own head. And they're going to spread lies and a whole bunch of slander. Okay? So with that being said, y'all, we're going to get to the last one. Number 5, the 5th reason of why you, chosen one, will suffer. It's going to be this, y'all. Faith. All right? Faith. Yes, sir. Understand that. And I say that for last because I want you to understand how big, how important, how significant, right, faith is. And you got to have faith in whatever you're doing. You got to have faith in your religion, right? You got to have faith in your spirituality. You got to have faith in your business. You got to have faith within yourself. You got to have faith in God, right? And so if you call yourself having faith, guess what? It's going to be tested. Yes, sir. See, listen, faith is not true faith until it's been tested. We talking heavy, y'all. Somebody drop in the comments and say, Reno, oh, you talking? Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say, Reno, boy, you talking. Understand what I'm saying, y'all. Faith is not faith, or faith is not true faith until it has been tested. Reno, what you saying? Listen, y'all. Once upon a time, I took a gold chain to the pawn shop, right? I took a gold chain to the pawn shop. I was trying to get some extra money. Y'all know how it go. You trying to get some extra money. You trying to bring some money back into the crib. Okay, I was trying to give me something to eat that specific day. Okay, but understand this. He tested my gold. Oh, yeah, my gold got tested. And he said, look, man, I ain't going to call your gold fake. And I'm not going to say that your gold, ain't real. But what I am going to say is we take only at minimum 10 carats of gold. And I don't think that, again, I'm not calling it fake, right? I'm not saying it's not real, but maybe it's less than 10 carats of gold. That was the That was the best way somebody have ever let me down. He wasn't rude about it. He was just like, look, man, I ain't saying it's not fake. I ain't calling it fake, and I'm not saying it's not real, right? But I would tell you this: we need at least 10 carats of gold for it to be able to be traded in, so you can get some money for it, right? That was the best way somebody have ever let me down, and I respect them for that to this day. But what I'm simply saying is, my goal had to be tested, okay? And that's the same thing with you. If a piece of jewelry has to be tested, what make you think that your faith don't? What make you feel like your faith would not have to be tested? So, and this goes with anything, y'all. If you are in school, you have to have faith that you're going to graduate. Yes, sir. If you have a kid that's acting up right now, right, or being disrespectful and rebellious, you got to have faith that they're going to turn their life around at some point, whether it's 5, 10 years, or 1 year from now. All right. If you are opening up a business, okay, and decided to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have faith that it will work. Reno, what are you saying to me? When I'm simply saying this, y'all, as a chosen one, you're going to suffer because you call yourself having faith, right? You call yourself being a true believer, right? You call yourself being somebody who believes that, you know what, right now I know I'm suffering, but I know in the future I'll be living in bliss. Yes, sir, in the future, I'll be telling somebody else my story. But guess what? It all sounds good until you're actually going through it, right? It all sounds good until you're actually going through it. So I want to say this before I leave out this video, y'all. As a true chosen one, your faith will be tested. But true faith is not faith until it has been tested. Okay? And so as I conclude this video, I want you to understand that as a chosen one, you are suffering right now. Yes, sir. And if you are watching this video, you're watching it for a very specific reason. And I want you to understand something. God has not let his hands up off of you. All right. You're one of God's toughest and strongest soldiers. Before I get out this video, y'all make sure y'all drop in the comments and say, I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. Okay, so with that being said, y'all already know how we do. Y'all can check out any one of the links in my description. Check out any one of my books. That's Rich Mentality, 8 Steps to Self-Publishing, A Successful Book, Traumatized by Love, as well as Fairly Unequal. Also, be sure to check out any one of my memberships. That's my YouTube membership, as well as my Patreon. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.